Hello everyone, we're seeing some movement in the Miller versus Bonta case, formerly known as Miller versus Becerra, the court case challenging the state's ban on assault weapons. This case was brought forward by the Firearms Policy Coalition, and in the wake of New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruen, we are seeing some movement in this case like we've seen in a lot. There's some bullet points that I want to touch covering the history of it. I'm going to try to go through that as fast as possible. One of the biggest questions that I keep getting from people is, how do I prepare for a Freedom Week type situation if this court case were to be successful? There's going to be a lot of people trying to make some money off of you, but here's what you got to do. All you need to do is go out and buy, if you don't already have some kicking around, some A2 pistol grips and a few normal mag releases for whatever gun you're going to own. That's it. Do not go out spending a ton of money stockpiling lower stock. Just if you absolutely feel you need to prepare for a situation like that, A2 pistol grips, normal mag releases. That's it. So what is Miller versus Becerra? What is Miller versus Bonta? We're going to get into all that. We're going to have some bullet points discussing the actual case going forward. This is going to be a very simple overview explained like you're 5 so that you can understand. If you want a very in-depth analysis, I recommend you go check out Anthony Arms Scholar. I'm sure by now he's probably already got a video uploaded talking about it. Before we get going though, I do want to say thank you to the sponsor of today's channel, XS Sights. Those of you that may know them, they've been around for a long time making sights, night sights for all sorts of firearms. They're most well known for the XS Big Dot sights. I have a pair of the tall suppressor height XS sights that I really do enjoy that I have on my carry gun with an RMR on it. I'm very happy to have their support. They're running a sale right now, so if you use the link that will be in the pinned comment, you can go check them out. Thank you, XS Sights, for supporting this channel. So the Miller versus Becerra, Miller versus Bonta case, I'm going to give you some quick bullet points of what happened. Judge Roger T. Benitez issued a ruling on this case saying that, hey, this is unconstitutional, the state is not going to win, and he gave an actual ruling on the merits of the case saying that it's unconstitutional, and he used the text as informed by history test, the test that the Supreme Court recently said you have to use in Second Amendment related cases. He placed a 30-day stay on the order for the state to either appeal to the Ninth Circuit or just let it ride. This was appealed to the Ninth Circuit, and the state filed for an emergency stay from the Ninth Circuit. The Ninth Circuit said, yeah, since he did not use the two-step test that the Ninth Circuit has been known for, that has allowed them to basically rule any gun law as constitutional, they said, yeah, we're going to put a stay on that, meaning that we did not get our Freedom Week situation from Judge Roger T. Benitez this time. Now, that court case was placed on hold because Rupp versus Bonta, a case brought forward by the California Rifle and Pistol Association and Michelle and Associates, I believe, also was challenging the state's ban on the assault weapons. Now, the assault weapon ban that was heard in Rupp versus Bonta was already heard at the Ninth Circuit, and after Bruen, the Ninth Circuit said, hey, kick this back down to the district courts, because that was only on a preliminary review. So they're saying the district courts need to go take that court case and look at it on the new test. Using the new test, how do they say, is this constitutional or not? Now that Rupp versus Bonta is no longer holding up Miller versus Bonta, the case that we're concerned with right now, the Firearms Policy Coalition stepped in and said, hey, since the district court, Judge Roger T. Benitez, used the text as informed by the history review to determine that this court case was determined properly and it is unconstitutional, the Ninth Circuit should lift their stay on this ruling, and if they're not going to do that, they should fast track this case to be heard in as early as September. Now, the big thing is since the Ninth Circuit said that the reason they were granting the stay was because Judge Roger T. Benitez did not apply the two-step test and instead used text and history to determine that it was unconstitutional, they said, we're going to put this stay in place. Now that the Supreme Court has said, no, you got to use text as informed by history, now we know that this could potentially be a situation where there is an actual big change. Maybe we don't need to wait 7 years to go to the Supreme Court. Maybe we do. We'll have to see. Don't hold your breath. Again, People will try to capitalize on this and convince you to buy a ton of stuff with their affiliate links so that you buy a bunch of lowers, buy a bunch of parts, buy a ton of parts kits, when realistically, if you're trying to prepare for a situation where things are legal, you can currently already own A2 pistol grips. Okay? You can have those kicking around in your house. You can currently legally own normal magazine release assemblies for any firearm. Maybe there's some caveats there, but for AKs, ARs, whatever normal guns that are out there that I'm aware of, you can own the magazine releases and the normal pistol grips for them. Go ahead and just do that. Those parts might cost you about $8 total for one gun. Do not go out blowing a ton of money. You don't need to spend a lot of money to prepare for a situation like this. Now, I know that this was a fairly short video, but really that's the gist of it. There's not a whole lot going on. The Firearms Policy Coalition is trying to take the next steps forward. They're trying to say, hey, lift the stay or fast track us so that we can get a decision on this using the new requirements of text as informed by history. Then we could potentially have a situation where these gun laws go away, which is very cool. And it's reasons like that why I think you should support the Firearms Policy Coalition. If you haven't already, join FPC, join the California Rifle and Pistol Association, Gun Owners of California. There's a lot of great orgs out there. If you're looking for any of them, I'm sure you guys have some that you're very fond of. Drop those names down in the comments down below. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.